defeated in his group in our group staging on the first half of the tournament. So this is going to be pretty interesting here. Sure was, Little Monkey. No change in my game. Not a bit in the world. So our players are off here. As you can see here, both our players nearly in sync as we start this first out of potentially 3 races here, starting off in our ice world here. Someone is literally carbon copying the strings here. So here we go. Starting off in our desert stage here. Again, you all know how it works. If for some reason you all don't know how this randomizer tournament works, then I'm going to need you all to figure it out. You can type exclamation SMB3 to get all the details about what is happening. Going to have to go a long way. No shortcuts in World 6 today. So we're going to start off with a pretty lengthy stage again. Very minimal items to use. Starting on one of the longest worlds in the game. And of course, if you all don't already know, the goal, of course, is playing in an 80% warpless standpoint. They have to traverse through all 8 worlds of the game. 1 through 7's maps are in random order. We don't know where they'll be. And of course, stage randomization, item randomization, a whole bunch of stuff is randomized. You can check out that paste bin on the end of that exclamation SMB3 command to see all of those fantastic details. Alrighty, Paraducks taking the 6-2 route, getting stuck with 7-5, not feeling that one. So going to do similar to what Classic Gamers just did. Again, slight little lead change there, but again, very, very early. Classic Gamers, of course, flying through our Navy stage. Again, these stages are now included in the item pool. This particular stage. Taking the randomization along with all of our fortress type stages. All about forts and whatnot. So Classic Gamer will have not much of a lead here, just a little snippet here, should we say. And then we'll keep it going here. So already, so let's move on here. Hammer Brother fight coming up. We got our Sledge Brothers. Again, these are randomized, of course. Any of the 4 brothers could appear anywhere in the level where they would be or on the map. Hopefully I'm picking up the music box. Maybe not the most desired item at the beginning of the game, because obviously one of the parts of the randomized tournament is to build up a nice little inventory, allowing us to skip some stages, have a better means of traversing through those stages as well. So again, you probably won't see much music box action until we get much later on the game, if at all. So that's going to be pretty good. Alrighty, so Classic Gamer is going to get through our stage 4-4. No problem there. A little scary when you're little there. Might get snapped there by a lack or two. But we are all good. Paraducks is a little bit behind here. But a stage behind. So he'll also take care of 4-4. Classic Gamers is going to get hammered, literally. That hammer is literally bigger than Mario is. So it's going to just let him move up, not worry about that, and go deal with 7. 7, yes. No. World 3-9 here. Want to go through here. Not too much of a hazard here. Nice little, as you can see, that invincibility star there. Part of our item randomization, of course. Yep. I'm not on the mic. Oh, no. We got a 5 up on the right side of your screens, and we got a -1 life over there. Blooper not having him go there. Man, what a tough break there, especially having the ice block there as a little weapon there, but unfortunately not facing towards the right and having to take the death. So alternatively, we're going to end up going through another desert level here, dealing with 2-3. We won't talk about that stage, will we? Unfortunately, not the best enemy spawns here. Having to do with fire snakes, that's not fun. Paraducks not having a problem though this time. Unfortunately, Paraducks didn't have to deal with those. That bloop there. Yeah. Alright, so Paraducks having a nice comfortable life count. And going to see, again, our first chance for our matching game here. Again, for those who don't know, why don't you know? We all know by now that, of course, the items you match in the matching game do not correspond to not necessarily what you receive in your inventory. But of course, they could award any item that is part of your inventory except whistles, which we all know have been deactivated, not used in the randomizer tournament here. But every other inventory item is up for grabs. So again, not too much of the best inventory here. Classic Gamer having to do a double fire here. As long as we get that bottom one, we're a little bit nicer. And hey, we get a 1-up back. Again, part of the randomization of the power-ups here. And interesting, very interesting to actually have the Hammer Brother on a space that avoids both power-ups there. For Starman, kind of relevant as they both tag team into, both of them tag teaming into 7-4, which would be our vanilla stage. Again, a typical level that you would normally see in auto-scroller fashion, but hey, anybody got time for that? You won't see any auto-scrolls in this game except for one of our beta levels, as well as one of our default levels, 5-9. That lovely diagonal auto scroller, so I don't have to worry about that one. So they're literally playing in kind of in sync here, just getting through that stage. And again, not too much here. Both of them ending with a nice little power up, at least above Basic Mario. Yeah, 5 minus 9. So here we go. Make sure y'all wake up and pay attention here. So again, speaking of removing auto scrollers, again, here's that fast airship that most of us casual just P-wing over because we're too scared to jump normally. But these are two expert players that have amazingly defined how well you should play a Mario 3 randomizer. Look at them, bob and weave, jumping. Amazing usage of the A and B buttons. Alright, so again, taking out Boom Boom, no problem there. Moving on to see what will 6-8 yield here. And here we go. Yeah, if you check out the Pasteman with the documents, the Google Doc, that will be the most accurate. I'm not sure about any other location. But the Google Doc there will show you the current schedule. You'll actually see today's match, and of course, we've got the match schedule for tomorrow, our last of our quarterfinal matches, to help determine our final four. Alrighty, so again, Classic Gamer, ooh, Paraducks taking a little nip there by that electrified jellyfish here. So Classic Gamer is going to go ahead to 6-10. So we're going to go over to, I believe, 5-4. Which would be our vanilla stage. I know Pro has that sheet marking off what we have not played there. So again, not much problem there, just bob and weave. Again, minimal enemies here. Just make sure we don't get knocked over by one of the spinning platforms here. Watch out for that last enemy and life will be good. Alright. More fort action here. I like this music, I must say. Again, Classic Gamer, sometimes you'll see people damage boost here, but going to maintain the power-ups here. We don't know no one's going to get big again. Sometimes we'll see a lot of Starmans, and sometimes that fire is nice to have in this fort. Trying to go for a little clip here. Alright, so maybe we'll get a star in this boss. So usually try for a star, but nah, we'll skip that. Paraducks, a little bit behind here, nearly at the first part of the level. So long as Paraducks doesn't die, this game will stay close. Of course, this is the best of 3. So as we see, we're going to get a leaf there and another leaf here. I might take this one just for an extra hit. Vital, vital, vital. Yes. Those who keep accurate notes may or may not win a prize at the end of this competition. Alright, so Classic Gamer is going through our first airship. Again, no auto-scrolling like airships anymore. And of course, having fire. Oh, so much for the fire kill here. But anyway, not too devastating, and he will be done with our his first world here. So he'll move on to his second world here. We will have Paraducks just a little bit behind here. Just a little bit behind here. Again, this is again the 80% Warpless tournament. Again, traversing through all 8 worlds. We don't know what's next, all that good stuff. And of course, as you all talking about in chat, knowing what levels you already played with worlds can definitely help you on how you're gonna manage your inventory. And of course, right now we haven't had any locks breakable. We don't really have much of anything. We don't have any clouds. We don't have any locks. We don't have any P-wings. But we do have a giant Goomba slash boss bass floating around in the water there. Dude down there doggone transforming and whatnot on us. Alright, so Paraducks is going to be about a stage behind, roughly in about a minute. Of course, Classic Gamer are being very, very aggressive, saying, bump the matching. Let's just go fast. So Classic Gamer, again, this is one of our beta stages here, going to take the bottom route. Gotta avoid the enemy. This can be really, really nasty on enemy spawns here. There are a lot of enemies down here. Wow, we got the quad Buzzy Beetle down there. The transforming Goomba slash boss bass there. Another very arrayed looking enemy there. What's really going on? Alright, so Classic Gamer gonna head to the first fort, and of course, everybody's favorite level, good old 7 Fort 2. Easiest stage in the game, obviously. Players probably desire to see a star there just to get through that mess. But going to have this worse. Again, he does have a free hit right now, so it's not too bad. Paraducks gonna just float through this bottom section. Again, this level can be very, very dangerous. Classic Gamers in because the piranhas do randomize, and unfortunately, we end up having with a lot of the fire shooting ones, which are not fun. So here we go. So let's see what happens here. Again, sometimes people are opting to take the matching games here. Paraducks, both of them kind of same on score here, so they'll probably have a magic game in a couple of stages from now. 2 or 3, depending on what you get. Remember, matching game comes up every 80,000 points. Of course, it resets when the game over, of course. So Classic, I'm going to have to pick natural items up here. Again, getting a star here. So again, this is the kind of thing where you have a player that does not want to play any matching game versus another player that does go for them. Again, that could result in, you know, who knows what could happen. Especially when we have to deal with 7-8. Again, Fireball Alley here in the beginning area. Getting the vanilla star here, so that it's going to be very, very natural progression here. Again, going down here for the giant block, these are now randomized. In our group staging, these were not randomized. What was normally in vanilla would stay there in the randomizer. But now, with the version update, when we switched over from the group stage to our bracket format, those have now been included in the randomization as well. So again, picking up the leaf there. So there we go. Again, having to deal with one of the auto scrollers here, and looks like Classic Gamer again. Gonna have to play it. Gonna have to deep play this. Paraducks apparently not surviving through 7-8. Not even worried about the doggone sun. We didn't even get to that point of the level. Indeed. So again, Paraducks, like many players, sometimes just go ahead and powering it up, not even dealing with that atrocious beginning of 7-8 there. So Classic Gamer again, opting to play 5-9 here. You gotta be careful on the despawn of a platform. Sometimes the sprites can cause that, which is nothing new in Mario or Nintendo games for that matter at all. Too many sprites and things don't work right. So again, Classic Gamer opting, going through 5-9 there. Again, really not having any option since it was on a non-path choice. So it's going to go down and take the bottom route here, which is going to result in another one of our lost levels here. Kind of the pre-release of what would now be known as 1-5. Again, a little bit more enemy heavy towards the end for sure. And didn't really care. Just trying to get to the level now. Hit a free hit. Sounds like most of my days, honestly. You ever had one of those days where some people you work with, you just wish they despawned? I'm telling you, man. Just go away. All right. So interesting enough, we are not quite vanilla here. Not quite vanilla, but very, very close to its natural habitat. Going through 2-4 here. So again, typically you may see a lot of players hit the bottom or top right, just less enemies, but again, not really much of an issue here for these good players here. So Paraducks trying to stay alive toward the second half of 5-9. Classic Gamer is about to complete or work on his second world here. A little jam session. All right, so there's kind of a first decent item, I guess you could say. We got a P-Wing out of it. So again, P-Wings will probably be used on levels that if we happen to cloud over some levels, we don't know what's coming up, or potentially a level you might take an intentional death just to fly over it because it's just too slow otherwise. By the way, if either of these two players do get over 40 minutes, they're disqualified. And just because. Alrighty then, now we have that out of the way. So Roy, he's our boy, he's also dead. So we don't have to worry about him anymore. So Classic Gamer is going to be moving on to the third world. See what's going to lurk. See if we happen to get an item in between there. Nah. There's a lot of trash talking in the background between some of our players at times. So, but as long as they match up that talk with them gameplay, we'll see. Because you see Paraducks going the upper route, not knowing what's in front of them, so just going to fly over it and be done with it. So again, World 3, and again, this we don't know if we're going to have God World 3. We don't. So again, we're going to see how this actually ends up traversing here. Hammer might not be too beneficial. We'll see exactly what happens. Because right now, we're going to have to go this level somewhat backwards. And of course, for those who don't know already, the pipes on the overworld maps are randomized. So we don't know which pipe actually will take us to the castle at the end. So again, you could gamble and go left where the more pipes are, or you may have to go back the other way. Because in the worst case scenario, the two pipes that are right above each other, if they happen to loop to each other, going that way will be completely not fun. We don't want that if you happen to go that route, which means you have to go backwards and go take care of the castle to the right of 7, which is where Classic Gamer is headed to right now. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. No love from Music Box? Of course, you got a little hot foot there, so we don't want to lose that power up. Trying to make the kill as quick as possible on upcoming Boom Boom. And a lot of hot feet. Hot foots? Hot feetses. Alright. So Paraducks now going to join the World 3 action. And let's see. Classic Gamer is hoping this is a good move. Let's see if we're going to be victorious. Now, if we're not, we're still good because, yep, and looks like we're going to have a pretty short World 3 as a result. So it looks like that hammer that Paraducks has right now not going to be too much help in this level just because of how simplistic it is now to actually traverse through World 3. Of course, we have Wendy. Everybody's looking for a thick wiki. A thick wiki? No, her name is not Wiki. Her name is Wendy. Well, unfortunately, she is thick, but she's only a 3-hit. So, yeah, is that the new thing? A thick wiki. Yeah. Alright, so Classic Gamers, again, relatively short World 3 there, obviously aiding in the likelihood of having a sub 40 having pretty short levels to make up for that long World 6. Moderately average. Thicky. We're just going to give her a name change. Now, Paraducks opting to go play match again. We're going to see, again, matching the 20. Well, again, on point right now, clearing the board here. So, of course, if you pay attention, you know what items will match the inventory. Again, getting a hammer out of it. It looks like a hammer on a... What's the hammer on? I missed that one, actually. But again, Paraducks definitely having a hammer advantage right now over Classic Gamer is hammerless right now. Even though Classic Gamer is ahead as far as level traversal. Unless Classic Gamer can find a hammer before going to the upper part of the sky level, that's going to be a pretty significant part right now that Paraducks can easily just make back with just one simple hammer usage. Going to be able to skip 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. So again, sometimes taking that extra time, it's amazing how one item can be so vital. It looks like Paraducks is going to try to pick up another inventory item first, since the hammer was right north of him. And wow. Speaking of hammers, Paraducks sitting on a three-piece right now. So again, Paradox is really building up a very hefty inventory. Again, we still have World 5. He'll have World 5 in just a few once he gets through this last this castle here. So for those who keep track, keeping track of what levels have been played, obviously. So right now, we still haven't seen World 4's map, which Paradox can already take half of it off. He can take off the upper half of World 5's map, which is he'll see next. And of course, we haven't seen World 7's map yet. Now, of course, World 7, there is that likelihood the first pipe could take you right to the left of 7-9, which if for some reason he still maintains a hammer, that could shorten that world tremendously. Classic Gamer is finally picking up his first hammer of the match here. So, unfortunately, it looks like that advantage that Paradox might have had, he won't have. Classic Gamer is now getting his first one. So, nice to see that. Very, very lucky to get that as a power-up. And, of course, another P-Wing for him as well. So again, it's a shame. As you can see here, it's a shame that all that extra work, that extra Hammer Brother that he played, as well as the Magic game, not going to be too beneficial. Of course, what's also not beneficial is having to do this 7-6 clip, should I say, with the whip action. Again, not impossible, but again, the physics are a little bit different when you have a tail, when you're in the air. So Paraducks losing very, very valuable time here. Might opt to just go in here. I would even if I was him, I would just take the death now. Don't want to begin to. Oh, he kills the enemy instead, so he's gonna go find someone else to die on. The feeling when you're trying to die and you can't even hit an obstacle. Everything is literally running away from him. Like, you can't catch me. So again, a little time lost there because of that mess. Again, option to use just a mushroom, which is obviously the much smarter thing. P-Winging optionally could work. But again, trying to save those valuable P-Wings here. So again, it is easy to get the clip when you don't have any tail. But Paradox needs to make this, again, losing a lot of time here, unfortunately. Classic Gamer is sneaking in the P-switch door in time. So again, we're going to see, Classic Gamer, still needs to find another hammer here, because right now with the upcoming worlds that are still remaining, Paradox still has a hammer advantage. Having 3 right now, obviously going to use 1 on the upper part. He better. No, right? Let's see what Classic Gamer gets from this particular one. Alright, just a star. Not really what we're looking for, but hey, it's a nice little safety item for Hammer Bros when we get to one. Alright, 7-2 for Classic Gamers. ClassicGamer88, should I say? He's just one person. So again, he can float over this section here, having that tail, so not we're having to hit the hidden music note blocks there. Not much of a problem. Paradox taking his time here. We don't want to die in this level. Ooh boy, low jump. So watch out for those wrenches that he's throwing there. Get into the power up. He's just kind of bad to stay alive here. Well, not necessarily stay alive, but you definitely don't want to die. It's like dying on the non-auto scroller. What's strange there? So Classic Gamer just going through 2-5 this stage here. Not much of a hazard there, by any means. I'm sure Paraducks is thrilled about the frog suit there. Just overly thrilled. Alright, so Classic Gamers gonna wrap up this world, dealing with the World 4 airship here. And we're just gonna speed through a nice little invincibility. Thank you very much. Let's see what we get in the last box. No, he doesn't even want it. He doesn't really care. Oh, there we have that power up there. Could have been death. Got a lot of fun with hitboxes. So moving on, halfway done. Classic Gamer is going to be done. He's going to move on to his 5th world. Again, this is the best out of 3. Classic Gamer maintained that lead that he has over Paraducks. Paraducks is just traversing the tower to go to the upper part. This is a level that is not randomized as far as moving to a different vanilla location. Always going to be static, that particular stage. So Paraducks will need to get through 5-9, 5-8, and of course the fortress there. Classic Gamer going to World 1 and not having the hammer there. So Paraducks again could make up a little time here because Classic Gamers will have to play 3 additional stages in this world right now. Unless for some reason Classic Gamer ends up with some randomized stage that would award an item. And of course, at that point, it's kind of a mute point because you still have to lose time for playing the first stage, at least this one anyway. Classic Gamer has killed the sun. The world is over. So again, Paraducks is almost to the point where literally one more hammer and it won't need anything else from a hammer standpoint. Again, Classic Gamer not dealing with any matching games, but he will have to do with 8-2. And Boss Bass lurking behind. Ooh, hits the dead stop pixel. Gonna watch out here. Oh, the fireball misses off, and Boss Bass has a lovely dinner. So again, that's going to help Paraducks here. Again, Tom reducing that lead with that Boss Bass death. Because Paraducks having a little issue here trying to get through the fort. And of course, remember, Boss Bass does take vertical height here in this one. But smartly using a P-Wing here, not to worry about Boss Bass at all. And oh no, Paraducks unfortunately negating that mistake from Classic Gamers by taking a death from Boss Bass's, or not Boss Bass's, from Boom Boom's toe. And this is a pretty lengthy stage to die on here. Very, very uncharacteristic death there. You'll typically see our players just die really quickly. Or kill Boom Boom very, very quickly, you know, just let him become vulnerable, hit him, wait a second, jump again. So not the level you want to die on here. Classic Gamer, again, another level that you can actually cheese by P-Winging over or just wall jumping. Classic Gamer is going to just take the death there. And they'll probably P-Wing it. Yep, indeed. Again, keep an eye on his inventory. Definitely much quicker to just P-Wing over it than to traverse that nasty World 6 stage. So again, Paraducks, again, trailing. It is indeed is trailing here, but can make up some time later. Of course, that time is getting quite low here because we are getting kind of down to it. We still have World 7 and World 4's map coming up prior to World 8. Again, both of those levels can be shortened by having a hammer. We get our doom da doom da doom da doom da doom da kind of here. Paraducks does not want to lose this whip action, so we can make sure we can go over the stage here and not worry about the hidden blocks. So no problem there. Classic Gamer getting very, very close to the end of World 1 here. Classic Gamer needs a hammer here. Hammer would be amazingly just pure luck here. Of course, they'll both benefit from it. But we'll get a cloud at least. Well, at least Classic Gamer can traverse one stage. Most likely probably going to use some kind of safety item prior to it. Don't want to take a death after that. Will they change seats? Well, yeah. Not much fun in doing the same seat twice, eh? But yes, indeed, they will have completely different seats for the second race and third race if needed. Again, best out of 3. Best out of 3, and of course, the winner of this quarterfinal match will advance to the semifinals. Winner of this particular matchup will go against Duckfist, who won yesterday in a very exciting match that went all 3 games. Very, very close. You know, he definitely had to work. Tapatio J definitely gave him a run for his money yesterday. That is for sure. So, if you want to check out the randomizer, you can type exclamation SMB3 and check out that pace link. That'll give you little details there about it. So again, maintaining a pretty decent lead right now, Classic Gamer has. So he'll lose a little time here. Unfortunately, he goes to his unwanted friend. But you never know. Interesting enough, he could have actually matched the start, but I think he was just trying to get it over with as quick as possible. So The best thing that Paraducks can hope for right now is Classic Gamer just stumbles tremendously, having to deal with a lot of extra stages at the moment. At least here. We don't know what's going to happen in World 7. Well, we do know Paraducks is going to reduce that deficit right now by a little bit by using one of his multitude of hammers here. Now, Paraducks also in that stage. Now, you saw Classic Gamers took the death here. Let's see what Paraducks decides to do. Paraducks is going to go ahead and play it. Not too much time difference, honestly. Especially in his current state. Staying above. Might have saved a few seconds, but at that point, he's almost at the end anyway. So there's an exit right above him, so he's out of there. Classic Gamer needs to be a little careful here. Again, doing this level, not knowing what enemies are going to show, so we're probably going to slow down right about here. Because we don't know what is going to appear. The winner of this match will be a person. I'm telling you, 100% certain. Yep. You can trust my predictions. Paraducks trying to self-sabotage. It's like throwing a bomb in Mario Kart and just driving right into the same one you threw. Alright, Classic Gamers deal with a lot of World 6 stages here. Again, gotta be a little cautious. It's normally an auto scroller, but you gotta be a little careful because now your jumps become blind until you really have a good handle on where the location of the platforms are on this level. Trust the coin paths, right? Oh boy, very dangerous last enemy there. That enemy's gotten a lot of people. Big J person. Alright, so Paraducks gonna have to deal with the upcoming fight here to move over to his 6th world here. Again, a chance for him to kind of cut this deficit down. Again, interesting enough, the 7th world, the only one that's left prior to 8, is going to be World 7's map. And oh boy, Dry Bones giving him the dry foot. He's going to back that thing up a little bit. Again, there's a chance. Classic Gamer needs a hammer or something to possibly even this up. What is he going to get? Oh man, he's got another cloud here. So again, even though the hammers can skip portions, boy, having all these clouds is almost just as good. So Paraducks right now will be able to literally almost catch up to where he is. He's literally on the same stage now. So again, you can see the extra time he took to get those hammers from the match game, coupled with Classic Gamer having some unfortunate depths here, has him literally just one room behind, for that matter. So remember, Paraducks still has that another hammer here. I'm not sure how many clouds Paraducks has, but he did completely clear one of the matching games here. So all of a sudden, you all 33 into this race, we have a really good race. Again, this is the best out of 3. So when you have matchups like this, it really makes it exciting to watch. And even better to commentate. Who wants a blowout race anyway? Nobody wants to see that mess. So here we go. Paraducks trying to get through again, another one of these World 5 stages. Let's see what Classic Gamer picks up from this hammer brother. And of course, a nice little star, man. Probably not what we want to see, but it's all good. It keeps him alive. So going to go with 6 or 5. Classic Gamer is going to go to 4-5, which corresponds to 8-1. Paraducks going to play that same hammer brother here. Classic going to be careful not to die here. Watching out for Hotfoot, who decides to just go see what's in the pit himself. Let's see what Paraducks goes to 5 as well. Oh, get a coin ship. He's not going to do with a coin ship. Paraducks probably say, yo, I like my inventory. But he sees 8-1 is like, bump that mess. So he's going to alternatively go there. Not going to use any power-ups. So he trades in 8-1 for literally half of a hammer brother there for a split second. Oh, Micro Goomba. Oh, poor baby. Again, going to smartly use a power up here. Again, it's gonna cost them a little time there because of that. Typically, if you're gonna play a little blind, especially after doing if you have any kind of inventory item to make you big, take it. You just don't know what's gonna happen. And ClassicGamer's traversing very, very carefully through the second fortress from World 6. Alright, Boom Boom shouldn't be a problem. Paraducks also going to take care of that coin ship. That coin ship is just stuck in front of his path here. Going to have to deal with it whether he wants to or not. And as long as we don't die from flying socks here. Gotta be careful. Alright, we're good. We're good here. Alright, Paraducks. Gonna pick up that amazing music box that we all love so much here. Going to be one stage behind. ClassicGamer going through that 6th airship here and coming up World 7 after this. This best out of 3 quarterfinal race in the Mario Brothers 3 any percent randomizer Warpless tournament. So World 7 airship, no biggie. Alright, so we got another thick one. And we got a double hit. We got a triple. Alright, so the natural triple right there. ClassicGamer's going to move on to the 7th world here. Paraducks, a stage behind. We're going to need to pick up that pace here. Again, hammers are still in play here. And again, we still have World 8. And depending on how World 8 plays out, we could have a lead change right there. We have seen many a race. I'm sure we have seen races now where having no hammer in World 8 could be detrimental, especially when you have possibly the airship stage blocking the exit to Bowser. So ClassicGamer hoping that this will take them to the upper part besides 7 and 8, and that's not where we're going today. So ClassicGamer is going to play at least 2 stages here to figure out where we're going. Optionally, does have those clouds, has 2 clouds at least. Again, clouding over the fort is not recommended, obviously, in case the locked door conceals the path to victory. So here we go. We're dealing with our first fort from World 5 here. Again, a really fun speed level. Just go, run, jump over, watch out for things, and life is usually good. So Paraducks will also join him now in World 7 now. So again, both our players in the same world now. Again, about a couple minutes behind is Paraducks. So let's see what happens here. Again, we're going to try our first pipe here. Let's see where this takes us before we have to go backwards the other way. And, ooh, boy. So again, this presents a multitude of directions here. Because right now, we're not really sure what's going on here. Remember, the right path could be the very beginning, playing 7-1. The right path could be going north or west from the stage that ClassicGamer is currently playing. Or it could require us to traverse through the 3-4-5 island. So again, this is where things go. And Paraducks, oh boy, we have different paths right now, you all. Paraducks going to 7-1 path. And ooh, ClassicGamer has hit a dead end. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is World 7 going to determine this? So dead end for ClassicGamer, he's going to have to backtrack. And oh, that was wrong too. So that whole island was a dud. So unfortunately, ClassicGamer's his last 3 minutes has been for nothing. So that means that at least Paraducks might be on the right path. He's at least ruled out one path. But of course, it still could be the 7-4-5 island. So again, ClassicGamer matching the star. We saw that earlier. And he'll probably, okay, he's going to do this. So here comes Paraducks. So it's really hard to know who's in the lead right now because we just don't know which path is correct as of yet. We still have a path we don't know. The Paraducks path is still going to be determined right we clear this level, getting through our World 3 stage. So again, we'll see what happens because they could change path. They could both be wrong. Who knows? So again, once Paraducks completes this level, he will have 2 choices of pipes, or 2 pipes to check anyway. If he can get to the left of 7-9, he has a hammer. Classic Gamer does not. So let's see exactly where these paths take us here. Again, Classic Gamer on the same path that Paraducks is taking here. Paraducks ends up, oh no. So that is also a dud. So again, that path is wrong. So the path to victory is going the 4-3-5 island. Amazing, amazing. 2 dead ends here. Classic Gamer he will learn that too. And Paraducks goes the other way. And Paraducks is not going the original path that Classic Gamers took, which is also wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh no. So Classic Gamer is going to learn also now that this path is wrong. He'll have to go back the other way where he went away from 7-4. So, oh my goodness. Classic Gamer, meanwhile, playing some matching here. Oh, the feels. Paraducks had a chance, but it just didn't know. Again, no one knows, but we now know from process of elimination. The only thing that's interesting now is the fact that we still have, we know that now that on the 7-4-5, the 3-4-5 island, one of them will take us behind the lock, and one of them will take you above World 8 or the Stage 8. So Paraducks, unfortunately, is going to spend some time learning the mistakes here that Classic Gamer found out already. So he's going to cloud it. Now, again, he's not going to cloud this one because this will be a bad cloud here. So let's see if 7-5 will be the right choice here. Oh boy, nom nom time. So having to deal with World 6-5 here, forced to fly in order to escape this level. Maybe not the quickest stage, but again, knowing what, gotta watch his head here. You don't know what's gonna fall from above, if anything. Paraducks going to be soon even more disappointed, unfortunately. Man, it's amazing how things came that close for a second, but again, that is the randomizer, not knowing what will take you to victory. And Paraducks has now learned. Paraducks has now learned his mistake, so he will also now go there. Classic Gamer hoping this is the right path, otherwise I'll have to play the other one. And he makes the right choice between 5 and 3 there. So at least that's some good news. Man, World 7 really making our players work today, at least on this first race. Paraducks heading through 5-3, having to deal with Boss Bass on 5-3. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I tell you, this doggone randomizer. So remember, Classic Gamers does have 1 cloud left. Now, of course, we also know right now, if Paraducks was to go play 7-3 instead, he could use that hammer, at least cut down the lead here. That would actually be able to traverse, take out 1 stage for him. Combining with a cloud and a music box could take out 3 stages. So Paraducks may want to consider this again. This is our last chance to use that music box anyway. So you should see music box being used now and clouds. Yeah, there is the cloud music box combo, which is unexpected by not any amount of certainty there. Classic Gamer, not sure he didn't want to do that. But it's all good here. Apparently, Paraducks want to make things more interesting here, and unfortunately, now it backfires. He was trying to avoid taking out both of the Koopas, but unfortunately loses firepower or his flight power. Classic Gamer gets a 1 hit, which I'm sure he doesn't mind not 1 bit, and that 1 hit victor will take him into World 8. Man, oh man, and this race is quite the mess. So interesting here. So Classic Gamer still has the advantage right now. The only thing that Paraducks can hope for now is just literally the same thing that has happened to both of them in World 7, which is to have some really, really nasty routing or requirements there, because the only thing that can really save him right now is if that first pipe takes him behind a lock, and that lock will take him straight to Koopa. That's the only thing I can really say right now to win this first game. Unless Classic Gamer just has some really, really bad playing on top of it. Oh, Classic Gamer toying with death there. Toying with death there. Again, trying to make 1-1 a little more interesting than this vanilla. Like this is Mario Maker or something. I wonder how many remakes of 1-1 from Mario 1 exist in Mario Maker. Let y'all think about that number for a second. All right, Classic Gamer trying to bring it home here, hoping for some good pipe RNG here to make up for last world. And not to, oh boy. So we have that hammer there. Classic Gamer uses his only hammer that he has left here. Let's see where it takes him. All right, so we made it onto the dark screen. So best case scenario, this takes him there right now. And it does not. So we now know that we don't have to worry about that dumb Navy stage. The question is, which path will he take? Is it going to go north, which will open up to, or to the left? He's going to take this one. Again, you have to kind of play the odds in this one unless you just have a gut feeling. This will open up the lock to his upper right as well as access to the pipe to his left. Classic Gamer just has to have time to just do various things he's seen other Mario 3 professionals do. But again, this path could be wrong. We don't know right now. Again, we know right now the only options that could be correct right now are one of these two pipes, which might loop to each other. We'll see. It could take us to the hand bridge. Let's see what happens. And it does indeed. So again, not taking the chance on the hand bridge, going to go back and try the other pipe first, which is obviously the logical thing to do. It's already open. And we'll know exactly which way it needs to go when this is shown. So he knows now that those loop each other, so he knows that unfortunately he has wasted time playing the castle. He'll have to play 8-2 and 8-1 backwards. Does he have any clouds? No, but he has a P-Wing. And, well, conveniently, it's just a hand stage there on 8-2. So, So Classic Gamer just has 3 more stages, including Bowser. Let's see what, and of course a nice little free 1-5 here. So not much happening on 8-2, 8-1 stages. So unfortunately, unfortunately with these levels, Paraducks is probably not going to be able to catch up right now. Even with those hammer advantages, not going to be in play too much. Unless for some reason he can, even if he happens to have 2 clouds right now, he'll still have to play at least 2 stages. Obviously, our first stage in World 8, our regular tank stage, and of course, Super Tanks level. All right, so Classic Gamer taking again. This might be instinctive or taking advantage of what stages have not been played. Knowing that one of the only 4 left happened to be our fort from World 7. So using the P-Wing, not having to traverse any of that stuff. Again, that's kind of stuff you got to keep in mind when you're playing this randomizer, especially in a race setting. What has not been played? And since all the fort stages, along with the World 8 ships and all those randomized on top of each other, was very, very smart play to use the P-Wing. Unfortunately, both of these players are now banned from the internet because they don't have sub-40s. They're banned from the world. So it looks like Classic Gamers, unless for some reason connection fails, Xfinity decides to throttle him, he'll probably win this first race. Again, we are doing the best out of 3. To see who advances. Man, this race was so close at one point. Just the incorrect path choice. This particular race literally came down to an incorrect path choice. Classic Gamer made the mistake. Paraducks was on the right path but made the wrong turn and definitely had the inventory advantage for a bit. So Classic Gamer will take the first. No, he's not banned. You can't ban AC, but they're too good. So Classic Gamer will take the first game out of the best of 3 with an official, all time of 49 minutes, 24 seconds. So man, that was run right there. this is the kind of seed that when they go back and watch it, especially Paraducks, he's the first person like, oh boy, what could I have done? So again, they're going for the best out of 3 here. So Classic Gamer is 1 game away from moving on to our semifinals. Paraducks needs the next game to tie it up. So Paraducks again is going to finish out the run here, just to give Classic Gamer a chance to catch a break. You know, go swallow some Kool-Aid, whatnot. I take over. Please. Not quite, my friend. Alrighty. So we're going to get closer, and again, don't go anywhere you are. Remember, for the rest of the tournament, all the games are played in the best of 3 format. So again, Paraducks will have a chance to tie this up. Maybe Classic Gamer can take it home, and if he does, he will be placed into the semifinals, where his next player will be Duckfist. So one that had to work pretty hard. Again, I talked about it earlier. If you happen to miss any of the races, make sure you can check out the VODs, you all. There have been some really good matches. We're trying to bring this tournament to an end here. But we do have our other matches coming up. Just to give you an FYI, so far in the semifinals, we have Mitch Flower Power, who had a win over Proa, one of our really highly seeded person there on that one, that's for sure. Proa, nothing to be ashamed of. Really good skills, but Mitch Flower just a little too strong. So Mitch Flower Power will play against the winner of tomorrow's match, which is between Skybills and Win Chuck Attacks. You got someone that has just been a real big threat. The #1 seed in the tournament going against someone that has been running this game for years. So somebody's going to take an L tomorrow and going to move on out the tournament. The winner will moving on to that battle against Mitch Flower Power. And of course, between Paraducks and Classic Gamer, they will fight against Duckfist. And of course, you'll see that race probably very soon. Once we have our players decided, then you'll see the schedule get made. Of course, on the 24th, on Saturday, that is where we're going to have our bronze match for 3rd place and 4th, our plastic medal. And of course, what we're all worried about and loving to see is that finale, that championship match on Saturday, which will totally be on the front page of CNN if I can find a way to make it happen. The race tomorrow between Skybills and Chuck Attacks will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. So Paraducks doing fraud strats. Paraducks obviously not concerned about how long this race goes, knowing he has another race to do. Like, bruh. Let's see. You see here. You see. I mean, I applaud him for going for it, but frog legs to everybody, yo. Let's go. Ah, boy. Oh boy. So again, by the way, for those who are curious, if you look here, bruh. I know the tomato sauce is desirable, but no, Mario plus tomato sauce is death. Don't do that. So again, exclamation SMB3 for all the details about this. There is another run coming up. This is the best out of 3 match. We're about to move over to game 2 as soon as Paraducks can go take care of Boozer. Yes. No time for alphabet soup with your SpaghettiOs. Oh boy, Paraducks. All right, Paraducks just enjoying the camera time right now. You love me, well, I love you right back. I'm not the best. I'm just many of many good ones. I'm telling you, we're all good, man. Because you know what, everybody's good. Because we're all taking time out from our very, very hectic lives and our our complaining spouses and our excessive homework and retina inspections and all that stuff in order to just help out the community and help commentate, whether we're commentating, whether we're playing an event ourselves, whether we are doing restreaming or organizing or whatever. A whole lot of knuckleheads that make this possible, that's for sure. And of course, by viewers like you. That's right, PBS here. All we need is a doggone telephone now, and we got it set. Hey, speaking of PBS, do you all know that tomorrow is National Cardigan Day? So literally, you all can basically do your best Mr. Rogers impressions tomorrow. So make sure you go out there and find yourself some amazing sweater vest to rock wherever you are. I don't care if it is 100 degrees. Dude, just wear that only and just show off your guns or something. Or whatever. So just remember that tomorrow is National Cardigan Day. So get your sweater on, man. All right, so these players are going to get all set up for the second game. Paraducks trying to tie it up. Classic Gamer trying to take the match. Yeah, and move over to the semifinals. So you all sit back as we get ready for this and enjoy the amazing music you all hear right now. Don't you hear it? Anyway. Yep. All right, so while we get ready for this next game, what y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about? Want to talk about something? What y'all want to talk about? I'm just kind of browsing the chat here. All right, let's see. I think we are good here. The race has been recorded already, so we get all that stuff saved for official purposes. You want to talk about egg rolls? You all just will not let that die, will you? You all will not just let that die. Let it relax. Let it just soak in its own MSG juices. What in the world? I'm telling you, you can actually have Big John around and not talk about egg rolls. I'm telling you. That was just something I randomly said on my stream when I learned Lost Levels. Let it be there in 2014 where it needs to stay. It's 2018 for God's sake. No, you're hush. Anyways, you all. So again, match 2 coming up. Game 2, should I say? Best out of 3. Paraducks trying to tie it up, and of course, Classic Gamer trying to bring it home. Hopefully with a sub 40 here. You know, why I gotta be a May? Just said something. So here we go, you all. We're going to set up now to get this next race going on the way. If you doubt your egg roll, you keep playing this go. Oh boy, good luck on that one. Don't hold your breath. What was that show on Nickelodeon? My Brother and Me. That little kid, I forgot his name. Don't hold your breath. Yeah, that's gonna be. Yo, straight up Big J27. All right, you all. So they have the new seed here. So they're going to get ready and generate the game file to get that all set up. And we're going to hope. We're going to see if they can make this game go long and go in overtime. Hopefully the game, this match will go better than most of our NCAA brackets. Because them things are busted. Nobody that we're paying no big $1 million, no $1 billion for this year. Man, oh man. Look, can I get a fail fish for everyone whose bracket is literally toe up from the flow up? Whose bracket looks like you were like in first grade and you just missed every single question on the test? Your teacher just put that red ink pen just wrong, XX, wrong, just garbage, yo. Dude, we need like a rip bracket emote these days, man. Goo punch. All right now. Goo punch. Hey, goo punch. I'll tell you. You're still good. You lying. You're still good. Confirmed. GHG got a perfect bracket. Give that man that $1 million right there. All right. So our players have our seed all loaded up. We're about to get this on the way again. Best out of 3. The remaining of the Mario 3 randomizer tournament is best out of 3. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and of course, our bronze match, and of course, our championship match. So, oh yeah. Yes. Hey, is there anybody in the chat who actually went to UNBC? Where my Baltimore kind of people at? Kind of close to my area here. And we have some people up here. 20 years ago, that's crazy, man. Bracket is dead. Dead indeed. Hopefully, this race won't be dead. Maybe Paraducks can tie it up and go into that lovely third match. But we're going to get ready and get started again. We're going to see how this will fare. Game number 2 out of a potential 3. Don't worry, we can send you to a fake college. It's all good. So game 2. No! Stalini! PogChamp. DMV. That's right. That's been many times in the doggone Department of Motor Vehicles. God, don't lose your driver's license, man. Be there all doggone day. Now serving number 7. Yeah. DMV. DC, Maryland, Virginia. Oh boy. Adam making it rain in chat. Preserving speed gaming for another 10 business years. Fantastic. That's right. Goo punch. All right now. We're also waiting to get this on its way here. I think we're good. So our players are readying up. I wish them both many hammers, godlike pipes, and maximum thick windies. Now, so when they're serving number 7, and and so many people are there that they actually loop back to 0 again. So you're number 7, but you have 5, and they have to go all the way through the whole numbering. Yeah, that's when you know it's going to be a bad day. Yep, been there, done that one. God, come on. Like, y'all just come back tomorrow. I'll wake up early. Then you wake up late. Like, God dog it. So let's get it underway, you all. Game number 2. Everybody's hoping for the vanilla seed, right? Let's get the whole doggone vanilla seed. Yes, that is HE3. That signifies that they have the same seed they're playing against. Yep, that specifies the seed they're using. And of course, interestingly enough, the last world of the first race becomes the first world of the next race. So we got one player going to the fort, the other player going up to the piranha stage. So right off the bat, we may just split up our runners already. This is going to be interesting. What's the commentator's name? I was born by the river. The name is Game J06. Some people call me Big John. But who cares about me? Watch these runners here. So Paraducks, I'm going over to the 3-4-5 aisle. I'm not trying to deal with that again right now. So Classic Gamer is going to now have 2 options. Paraducks is going to go backwards and do exactly what Classic Gamer just did initially. Yep. Yes, I'm sorry, my Twitch name does not match my username, but soon it will. Ooh. Well, thank you, Pop. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We'll chit chat later, man. We'll chit chat later, but right now, I gotta do this race thing. But I thank you. The Classic Gamer going to do a little pipe check here to see if it's going to be a good thing. And oh no! So World 7's map already bringing heartbreak and dismay. As our players again trying to figure out how in the world to get through this. So Classic Gamer going to decide to tackle. Whoa! Watch out for the buddy. Having to deal with 3-4-5. So this time, interesting, we're on the 3-4-5 island again, but this time we're going to start from 3. And we have to make another choice between going towards the right for 5 or going left towards 4. I don't know. I don't wear any rings, so I don't know which finger my ring is. The feelings I never had a ring. Oh. Maybe somebody can go see me at Beyonce's. Put a ring in. Classic Gamer is going to go towards 7-5. Paraducks going through 5-3 world. Again, auto scrollers are removed here. So Classic Gamer going to go through World 6 stage. Both our players right now don't know where to exit out of here. And we got another boss bass sighting here. It's almost like someone increased the occurrences of boss bass. And oh boy, we're going to take advantage of that star and get the heck up out of this level. Again, some of these things can randomize to really, really horrific enemies. Classic Gamer trying to see if we can get out of here. It might put him on the island too. Uh-oh, dead end. So again, unfortunately, playing 7-5 was not correct. Meanwhile, Paraducks is going the other way. Again, we have two different routes here, so Paraducks hoping this will be victorious. Let's find out. And oh no, Paraducks on the other side of 3-4-5. So they both end up wrong, and unfortunately, Paraducks. The thing is very, very strange right now. Even though they're both playing the exact same stage, they're going in different directions. How does this work? How does this work? They're both going different directions on the same stage. Classic Gamer is going to be headed towards the left, and Paraducks is going to be headed to the right. And what is this mess? How does this even happen right now like this? Oh my goodness. So Classic Gamer going where Paraducks just came from. This is too good right now. Oh my goodness, who needs cable? So now Classic Gamer going to have to backtrack a couple of islands here to go back where he started from. Oh, forgot where he was. This is fantastic. This is just so doggone awesome, it just hurts my head. So Paraducks will soon know his mistake as well. And again, back and we go. Yeah, this is definitely a Benny Hill moment right here. So now we're back on the island with 2. Classic Gamer is like, what? I can only imagine what they're thinking when they're trying to figure this level, because when you have to backtrack so much, you have to keep account of where you've been and what you did and did not do. So we know that somewhere on exit 2, most likely somewhere here is where we need to get out of here. Again, no hammer is going to be advanced, so we may have to get through here. Man, what a mess. World 7 just buying everybody today in both races. So Paraducks, I'm sure knows where to go now. I'm going to back that thing up here. We just need nothing but World 7s over and over and over. I'm sure y'all wouldn't mind that. So, oh no, Classic Gamer making the wrong choice, and we are stuck behind the lock here. Joy. All right, so Paraducks just gonna bob and weave through a non-auto scroller, and Classic Gamer will finally realize that we have to go all the way. Do you realize the last 5 minutes was totally irrelevant? If we just played levels in numerical order, we would have already been at the end. But no, us speedrunners and speed fasters gotta skip stuff. Oh my goodness, the humor. But boy, if I could send you all a sound effect I'm playing on my computer right now, you'd love it. So all they had to do was play 7-1, and we could have gotten where we wanted to go. But no. Okay, yeah, Classic Gamer making no trivialness of that stage, or non-trivial, should I say? All right, and rewarded. So our prize for our hand stages is going to be a glorious music box. So we're sitting at some pretty non-existent inventories here. I tell you. Again, you see some people playing 7-1. But you never know what's going to happen here. Gotta watch out for this. Ooh. Getting through that little obstacle course there. Boss Bass counter. See, that's what you all have. See, if everyone has their play-at-home pads, their play-at-home pencils and pads, the home edition of this randomizer tournament, you all can keep notes yourself. Okay? You can tweet it for a chance to win something maybe of no value. ClassicGamer was hoping for a leaf there. Unfortunately, just having to deal with fire. So we're going to take World 1 Forts Vanilla. Or original round, should I say. Non-whistle round. Yeah. It's too many things you got to count in this game. So obviously you want to keep your heads up display kind of to the game, you know, because Lord knows we could add so many things. Sun counter, frog counter, P-wing counter, inventory, you know, with tons of stuff. We'll just like double the height of the hood. All right, so P-wing, nice little decent item to start off with, of course. And then we're going to get through our first world finally. World 7 being very, very trolly, and of course not giving out much of inventory besides the P-wing here. I guess if it's only match 2, then it is to go for a match 3. The gold card, is it fast to only match 2 then? Well, I mean, the thing is, well, whether you're going to match, because Classic Gamer is not typically a player that goes after the matching. A lot of players will just pick the first 4 in the first line just to get through it quicker. Some players play to match. Some people just play to get through it, and only play in-card matching when they actually are on the path they have to traverse. You want a count counter? A count counter to count how many counters we're counting. Legit. I'm amazed how much that rolled off the tip of my tongue without me stuttering. Yeah, we're a few seconds faster indeed. Alrighty, so let's head over to World 2 map. Unfortunately, I was refreshing my stream, so I totally missed the item. Actually, there was no item because I heard the scary Koopa music, so no item for completing World 1. How close was Race 1? And Race 1 was interesting because they were literally tied, lead change, but unfortunately, eventually taking the wrong path is what gave Classic Gamer the win there. Why are their counters different? What counters are you talking about? We have counters? What is this counter? Alrighty, so Paraducks catching up, moving on to the second world as well. But again, very, very, very early in our race here. Time counts because they're on their own computers. That's why. For those who technically don't know what's happening, see, what's happening is both of these players are streaming on their own computers and whatnot, so they have their own counter programs up. They could have different fonts, colors, decimal points, etc. You know? It's like two people having two different computers and you have different desktops, wallpapers. Some of you all have that lovely anime person. Some of you all have Java coding as your wallpaper. Yes, Java. The choice of the next generation. Yeah, that's where we do it. Alright, so Teddy Russell's gonna fly on Classic Gamer screen. Go ahead and take care of our World 7 Ford 1. I literally don't know any anime people. I have no idea. Oh boy. Is there such thing as a door randomizer? And this in Mario 3 randomizer, no. It has been a suggested feature. Don't have too many places. Again, there's not a huge number of places in Mario 3 that have doors, or at least doors that present other options. You know. So we'll say both our players are going to go for items. Paraducks going matching. Classic Gamer is going to go where you normally would find a whistle. Of course, in the tournament, the whistles have been removed. So we'll see if this is worth it. And we are going to end up with another Teddy Ruxpin. Lovely. Paraducks wish he had that Teddy Ruxpin because now he'll also, just like Classic Gamer said, take the long way out. Again, needing to fly to get out of this fort. ClassicGamer88 and some lovely doom music here. Going through our first tank stage from World 8. Watch out for that big cannon there. Better find some way to randomize cannonballs in levels. Indeed. Oh no. Real programmers use front page 97. And they use shared borders. That's how that one works, right? Alrighty then. As we enjoy 1997, ClassicGamer is bobbing and weaving through all the flying socks here. Surviving, being awarded a Juggum's Cloud. I'm going to be getting ready to take care of this second world. You know it. You know it. Real programmers programming VI. Get on my level. Alright, so our World 1 Koopaling. Again, the HP does randomize between 1 and 5 hits. And looks like we're going to have a 4-piece right there. No problem. Paraducks is also going to go for that item, so he'll be awarded with another Teddy Ruxpin or as well. Meanwhile, ClassicGamer is falling down, heading on to World number 3. Again, best out of 3 they're playing. ClassicGamer has won the first game of the match so far. Paraducks trying to make it 1-all to force game 3. That's right. Man, I just installed Windows Me in a virtual yesterday. Show did. Just wanted to play some doggone Space Cadet pinball. When is the Space Cadet pinball tournament, yo? What's up with that? Like, play to like 1,000,000 points or something. Totally would sign up for that. ClassicGamer going through 7-9 here, not going to use any clipping stress. Got the tail, going to fly over it. And Sledge Brothers down there. VI improved. So not going to have any problem here. Pretty trivial level. Once you know how to get through it, which I'm sure most of us do now. Losing a little time there, falling there. Paraducks need to be a little careful here. He is little, or he was little. Alright, no problem there. Taking the ice block as a lovely gift, which was lost in transit in the pipe. Is there a Space Cadet randomizer? I don't believe there is. I mean, I could be wrong. You know, that could be right along with that Minesweeper randomizer and that Hearts randomizer. Let's not forget the Internet Backgammon randomizer. So another hand level for ClassicGamer. Paraducks also going to join in World 3. And of course, we already know what's going to be in here. We have our lovely yet again. Going to head over to the upper portion of World 5. Probably going to play these hammers. We might be able to pick up a hammer here. At least shorten the upper portion, but we'll see what happens. But first, we go into the trenches dealing with 3-5. You hear that, you all? We have new tournaments being developed in the chat during the Mario 3 randomizer tournament. You heard it here first, you all. Get ready for that solitaire randomizer. Yo, it's so silly. And oh, look at it, ClassicGamer giving us the hey, my stream has lagged. Mario awkwardly looking dead at us all. I'm scared. Fire. Wow, Fire Mario bodying. Oh man, managed to get the kill first. And hey, there's a hammer. Not only are hammers vital in that Zelda game, but they're pretty vital right here in the Mario 3 randomizer. Going Teddy Ruxpin on the Fire Brothers, and Teddy Ruxpin is no longer with us again. Oh Lord. All the bear killing over here. What is this? Yogi is not happy. Paraducks is also going to pick up that lovely music box we saw earlier. And up the tower, ClassicGamer goes to the upper portion of the World 5 map. Again, both of them in their third world. The goal, of course, being to clear all these worlds, taking care of Bowser at the end in a warpless fashion through Mario 3. And of course, if you want more information about Mario 3 Randomizer, because hey, you just found out about this like literally 6 weeks too late, you can type !SMB3 in the chat. You can see all the brackets. You can see the standings, upcoming matches. We're never getting close to the very end. Of course, you can also see what's been randomized in the tournament settings. And of course, the best part of it all, you can download the randomizer and try it yourself. And we have a nasty enemy there. Man, we got a fire nipper, making it just a little bit more challenging to get to the upper portion. That is a nice placement there. So again, using that hammer, Classic Gamer, interesting enough, used a cloud. Wait, no, he used the anchor, I think. I was trying to figure out what the heck just happened there. A little awkward. What the heck happened? I saw. Yeah, did he use a cloud? I heard the sound of an anchor, but I heard a cloud, and what? This is the time where we need to have a replay. So I can press a button here on my little button device machine, so it can literally replay what the heck just happened. So the anchor became a cloud. Interesting. Let's just move on, shall we? Doonda. What moments here? All right, so here we go, traversing to another World 6 stage. Watching out for the plethora of bloopers and birthers here. We may end up with some lag here. Yeah, anchor is a vanilla item. Oh boy, you gotta be careful. He's not gonna go that way. Blooper. Yeah. Hey, where did that cheap go? That cheap just took flight. You got boost power. You boosted right out the doggone level. ClassicGamer having to deal with a lot of bloop action and a lot of lag. Here it comes. Again, this is the setup you don't want to see in this level. Bloopers and fireballs and oh my. And suddenly Paraducks has just blown past him using the cloud combo. Watch out, ClassicGamer trying to self-sabotage himself. Ah, mercy. Oh, look, a boss bass at the end. Well, again, Paraducks taking advantage of those early items there. ClassicGamer had a cloud, but I think was so eager to use it, didn't realize the cloud. As a result of that, maybe misstep. Wow! Oh boy, got on those Nike Reebok pump jumps. Man, Brad, get down here. Again, the physics. Oh, he could die. Ooh, he may not want to stand there. What is even happening? What is even happening? Uh-oh. Oh, he died. No. Oh, God. You knew he was going to come down eventually, but oh, he came down. And the worst part is he double clouded. So now he has to go all the way back to the castle. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Was that a double cloud or a triple cloud? I think he triple clouded. Oh my goodness. We are just building a highlight reel here. And suddenly Paraducks, who was going to build a massive lead up, is now trailing significantly now. ClassicGamer's going to deal with the guy. But he gets the jumps in time, so he'll have no problem. Again, it is a 5-hit. Man, oh man, that is a heartbreak. That is like the thing you just don't want to see in a randomizer. Paraducks, knowing was behind, tried to use a tri-cloud, and unfortunately he had to try back it up. That is that is a tough one right there. So unfortunately now, ClassicGamer has now taken the lead. Oh my goodness. I'm not trying to have y'all rolling that now. I don't want to go down a hill or something and then run into traffic or something, but between what just happened, ClassicGamer having a cloud and not using playing a level naturally, Paraducks, I need me a drink on that one. That one, you gonna find me a Fanta. That was just, man. Well, you know, the thing is, some people may have a better time. People play a lot, you know. And the thing is, in this randomizer tournament, the thing is that players of all skill sets are welcome. We've had players beat out speedrunners of the game. We've had players beat people who have world records in categories of this game. Oh, Paraducks getting baby blooped. Yeah. Ah, boy, yeah. I just poured myself some water, so I'm good now. Where is my accent from? My mom and my daddy. I'm a military brat. I can't have an accent. I can't never get accustomed to living in one place. So I can say, where's a Boston, a Jersey, or man, you can put your fin in that. Yeah, I can say anything. My accent is like the seconds in the day. They always change. All right, so Paraducks trying to recoup with that. Oh no, Classic's got to use the donut blocks instead and make a big jump, smartly going to the second one. Oh, a little shout. The feeling when you stand on the edge, you trigger it, but you're not actually enough to fall on it. Oh. All right, so this time, ClassicGamer not going to mess up, and he's going to cloud over to 742. Have mercy, this race. Yes. Yes, you can tell my accent when I say, that's a good one, friend. Oh, wunderbar. Ach, der Liebe. Oh, Mario. Du bist die Beste der Welt. See, not only is speed gaming fun, it is also multilingual. That's right. No SAP key needed here. We'll just change our demand for you. Alrighty. Paraducks is going to join in World 4. World 4 being World 4. Boy, this is definitely a race to go back and watch, I'll tell you that. So just remember, Paraducks, unfortunately, not being able to capitalize on that cloud, and ClassicGamer still has, I think, 2 of those. 2 of those left. Yeah. Yeah, what happens, and generally, like I said, on Mario 3, you know, a lot of times if you play Mario 3, you've gotten bodied by a cheat that you know you jumped on. But from a design standpoint, the hitbox of the enemy basically moves faster than the game can detect the actual collision of your jump, and typically you'll see that happen when something is rapidly moving upwards towards you and as you're going downward. And unfortunately, the way the game handles it, it triggers a hit and unfortunately against you, as opposed to the enemy taking damage. So again, that's just one of those anomalies. I mean, if you ever play Mario 3, go play 2, 3. You'll see it firsthand with the dumb cheeps. So yeah, the spaceship I know thing random. Well, what happens is the physics have been randomized in there. So enemies that normally don't jump like that can jump. Now there was a bug that was addressed where they would jump away and never come back. So that wasn't something that was addressed prior to the tournament beginning. But they can hang up in the air, but they will come down though. They will come down, thankfully. Otherwise, we have a problem. But even in the vanilla game, that is something that can happen. That was actually something that technically Fred was playing Nintendo Designer, because that actually is a issue in the vanilla game. If you actually hit one of the Koopas as they're jumping up, there's this very, very low chance that they can just take flight and never come back down. You know, it can happen. You know what? So here we go, moving through our fort from World 8, not a problem here. Yeah, that's a vanilla issue actually. That's something that's not uncommon. But when you randomize the physics of the Koopa Kids, on top of that, you can have some very, very strange results. You know. So ClassicGamer doing what you see him do, going in the box, and of course, clipping into the wall, allowing us to save a little time there. saving one door. Could I see those frames? Yeah. Well, yeah, the problem is that, yeah, he didn't space jump. The only reason he didn't space jump is because you hit him quickly. So typically, if you know the game well enough, just like when you fight Boom Boom, if you hit the Koopa Kid, or in this case, whoever it was, right as their offerings in from you hitting him initially, you hit him before he actually does that jump. The same way, for instance, when you fight Boom Boom, some of the Boom Boom fights on this, after the first hit, Boom Boom will fly. But if you hit him quick enough, he won't take flight. And if you actually watch the fights, you saw both of those fights go completely different. Classic Gamer hit him almost as soon as he became vulnerable, taking away that chance for him to land or even do the crazy high jump. You know, again, that just comes down to fighting correctly. It's just like when you fight Thick Wendy. You know, if you want to, you can minimize even the rings that she shoots if you can hit her as soon as she becomes vulnerable. Because there is a small frame window that you can hit her before she actually spawns her wings. They don't want to spawn her wings. Her ring, should I say. Yeah, no unfair advantage. That's just one of the things that you got to play aggressive to get that stuff. That's how you minimize that kind of RNG in this game. When you be aggressive to try to get those early hits. That's just what you have to do. So again, World 3 map not being World Free, so we're going to have to play it here. Wendy now with wings. Lovely. Do we really need a flying Wendy in this randomizer? I'm sure some of y'all would love that. Here comes the Swift Ray. Just add the wings. Fred, if you're paying attention, they want Wendy with wings. A winged, thick, 5-hit Wendy. Just what the world needs. Bees. Okay, now you didn't. Now see, trying to add just brand new stuff here. So again, Paraducks again trailing a little bit here. Not too far behind, interestingly enough. But we do have to get through 6-5 here. Going to have to take flight again. Paraducks had a little stumble in this level last race. Don't listen to me. That's when you code your own Mario 3 randomizer. You can do exactly what you... Man, Fire Chomp not letting him get away from him. Trying to kill him there. But it's all good. Remember, this is the best out of 3 tournament match here. Paraducks needs to win this to tie it up 1-all. Classic Gamer wins it. He's moving on to the semifinals. He'll be going against Duckfist to see who can move on to the finals. All right, so right now you see Paraducks moving through the fast airship. Again, auto scores have been removed. Classic Gamer going through one of our beta stages. And just a kind of floating water ice combination player there. No big threat there, just stay out the water. Now, of course, with the pipes being randomized in the randomizer, we don't know exactly where our destination out of here is. But we will soon find out once it gets past this castle. This castle, of course, will unlock the pipes. And we'll see if we're going to be able to get out of this level or play a few more stages. So Paraducks going over there that route. He's going to 8-9 route. He's going to do what it's like 7-5 or 7-4, should I say, coming up next. Again, no auto scroller. A little slow because you're swimming. Man, the chat is calling for Fred's name. I wonder why. And of course, unfortunately, the pipes loop to each other, which means that Paraducks is now on the right path. So Paraducks just needs to get beyond 7-9 and he'll be okay. But Classic Gamer is going to have to play some stages, going to use those clouds, and conveniently the bridge is down right now. So he wanted to take an additional death. So Paraducks, man, can you believe this right now? Even after the triple cloud mistake right now from Paraducks, Paraducks Oh, he could have been the lead, but he decides to go back and deal with the matching, which it could save him, it could hinder him. He's going to go peekaboo at a couple of cards here, so he'll still maintain about a half stage lead right now from a progression standpoint. Man, Paraducks gambling correctly again. A gamble did not pay off last race, and now he's going to have he needs to try to maintain it. He definitely wants to tie this match at 1-all to force game 3. Sometimes you need a little luck. He's going to go, oh, he wussed out. Oh, wuss. He didn't skip the last star. I'm unimpressed. All right. Paraducks is going to pick up an item here from our coin chip. Yeah, Boom Boom does have static HP, Adam. So Boom Boom will always be a 3-hit. Well, 3 hits on jumping, of course, or either fireballs or and hammer. And single hammer. Paraducks needs to be very, very careful here. Not taking any deaths to here. Because the death here now will put him behind. Sometimes you'll commonly see players just use a P-Wing through this. Just to take out any kind of missed jump out of the picture. Again, especially through the longer World 7 one. The Paraducks, no problem through, and hopefully we don't have any issues like we did in the last one. So we got Windy, guys and gals, and by request, Thick Windy. So you see how Paraducks hit Windy very quickly? Even though he got all 3 hits in, you only saw 1 ring because Windy never had a chance to land to fire off that ring. That's how you make those Thick Windy fights much easier. Because right after that second hit, that's when Windy can go have that 3rd ring out there. So Thick Windy, no threat for Paraducks, who's going to maintain that lead, moving on to his 6th world. Who knows? I'm sure the chat would love to have our next game here. Got to have that 3rd game. And again, Classic Gamer likewise having a very, very good boss fight. So Paraducks has a lead. It's minimal, but he has one. So again, doing a pipe check to see here, and this time we do have a way to shorten World 3, or World 6, should I say, by a 3rd. So no need to worry about 6, 1, 2, 3, or the first fortress, the first fort. And we immediately go into our 1-5 beta stage. Again, these are levels that, for those who don't know, there are 8 levels, part of the randomizer, that are accessible in the rando, but not by the vanilla cart. They are still in part of the code, but Fred has opened them up for playing. You know, there's actually a few more, but they're not playable or completable. If you ever get bored one day and decide to crack open the game and see all the nice little surprises that Nintendo left in this game, pretty neat. What's also neat is getting 7-1 clip. Not VAC hack banned, but again, pixel perfect to get this clip in here, to skip this. Paraducks getting a little hung up here. And again, this is the easiest way to get it. He has no fight in. Get it about somewhere between what, 5th or 6th try. Let me just put a note in the race stream that they won't game 3 because Big Z has to fold his draw. All right, Paraducks going in here again. Going to have to fight Double Boomerang Brothers. To make sure we don't get any hits here. Again, this fight is pretty static. It's always the same thing every time. No difference. Can you clip with a P-Wing? Well, you can jump, but you can't fly. You can't fly in the clip, as far as I know. Again, you can run and jump, but again, you have a very strange physics when you're actually flying, because your horizontal movement is greatly reduced once you begin jumping, which is the same reason why doing the clip with any kind of tail, Tanuki or just Leaf Mario is more challenging. Well, I got double coin ships here. Our classic, so a couple item opportunities. A couple fireballs. I love it when they do the fire shot on the fall. So a nice little P-Wing here, which could be nice on some stages. Go and do the other one. Let's see what it gets here. Meanwhile, Paraducks is starting to build that lead up here. So again, deja vu. And well, not as delightful music box. So even though they're very close, hey, wall clip, well done, Classic Gamer. So right now, they're kind of even. In fact, Classic Gamer might even be a tad ahead now. No, maybe not that much ahead. Paraducks going into the castle without any size here. So he needs to not die. He does have the lead right now. But with him not having any iframes from any enemy damage, he needs to be careful. Hopefully he's going to get a power-up here. Star is nice, but he definitely wants to have some power-up. He doesn't want to die in the next round to any spikes. And unfortunately, he's going to get that. So he needs to tread very carefully, especially if that guy shows up. Ooh, boy. Squeeze it in the door. Oh, Paraducks. Oh my goodness, a very atypical death there, and that is gonna, you know what, that might be a very, very smart usage. He knows he has to win this, so he decides to just cloud it. Again, World 2's fort is not exactly the shortest as far as like level traversal. So I think that was a very wise move of a cloud there, just to say, you know what, that's just too long of a stage to just do again. So he's going to maintain that lead right now, but it does burn him a cloud, unfortunately. He might be able to replenish it with a matching game, but we'll worry about that when he gets to his next interval of 80,000 points, which for him is, what, about 6,000 points away here. Again, matching game shows up every 80,000 points, and Paraducks, unfortunately, not going to get any points for getting 8 up by Ball Spaz. And suddenly these players are tied as they both go into 610. They both go into 610, which happens to randomize 2, 5, 8. Ooh, oh my goodness, Classic Gamer playing with pixels here. Ooh, and it finally meets his demise. Man, what an awful array of enemies that was, man. Spawnies and bouncing, Koopas and Lakitu tossing at you. Oh boy, that was a rough one. Fortunately, Paraducks survived the massacre and will get that lead back up. Paraducks, oh my goodness gracious, that is rough. What's not also rough is that Paraducks is having to do this fort. Again, this fort is not necessarily one of the easier ones. Again, the first room is kind of the nasty room, a long hallway, lots of conveyor belts. We've got roto discs, we've got ghosts in the ground. We have an unknown room here with unknown enemies, and we've got Trifoot. Again, Classic Gamer is showing his knowledge of the game, knowing what's up. Again, in the randomizer, items are randomized based on like their pool of enemies. So, for instance, you have your fort enemies like Dry Bones and the Ghost and Hotfoot. So you won't expect to see those randomized to like a Thwomp or something. So again, and of course, for those who know the game, especially people wondering, hey, how do speedrunners make it fair against non-speedrunners? Well, a lot of the speedrunners moves are kind of based on enemy placement. So when you randomize those things that normally would bounce off of and whatnot, you don't know what to see. You know, so you may have damage boosts that can't happen or things of that nature. So it helps kind of normalize that knowledge base a little bit better to make it, you know, even more fair. And oh boy, Paraducks can stay away. It's an easy hit, just get him. And 5 hit, both of them on the same fight. So again, a 5 hit, gotta watch out for the bouncing balls here. And again, wow, no problem for either player. So Paraducks maintain that very slight lead as they both fall in to world number 7. Man, oh man, keeping it close here, 41 minutes in. So again, this is the best out of 3 match. Paraducks needs this to tie it up 1 game apiece to force game 3. And oh, we're getting a convenient hammer into world 2. So immediately we can take off that. So again, no big lead change because of that. Both from getting a hammer out of it. Yep, not even. Again, this is just over a 10-second lead right now for Paraducks. And Paraducks, again, both of them having double hammers, so this almost could become a 0-level world, but they're going to save that cloud, and I can't blame them. So this is going to get good really quick here. Both of them at the exact same block tower. My. These guys are playing for the lives here. Any mistake will be vital right now. Who needs esports, son? We got Mario 3. Oh, God, we got a son, too. We ain't gonna see no down smashing no son here. And, oh, boy. Paraducks gotta be careful. Had no hits available. My. So here we go. Paraducks should definitely power up first, and he's not going to do so. Ooh, Paraducks. I'm always concerned when you don't power up here. Again, when you have that free hit. So literally these guys are jumping and bobbing with them because the next world is World 8. So Paraducks going to grab his power up. He's going to get a star. He probably didn't want a star. He wanted something a little more safer. So this boss fight, oh, ClassicGamer missing the jump here. Let's go, Paraducks. Just get him quickly and you'll be okay. There's the third hit and we're done. Oh, ClassicGamer takes a hit. Oh, we almost died. That's that same hit that killed Paraducks earlier. And my. Here we are, so close to each other going into World 8. Man, I'm trying to tell you this is the match today to watch. You better get on that tweet space, that my book or whatever, and tell your friends, tell your enemies that we have an amazing competition right now going on between ClassicGamer88 and Paraducks64 going into World 8 again. Man, imagine if this was race 3. So here we go. Paraducks going to have to maintain that lead to force game 3. And we have Boss Bass going to make World 8 just a little bit more interesting in the very beginning. So we got double Boss Bass, double Starman. Stars by the end. We go, oh boy. Oh, and we get the kill. And wow, very, very luckily, Paraducks is fine. He doesn't stop. He's good. ClassicGamer is going to outrun Boss Bass, so Boss Bass will be no threat. And again, this is close, man. This is like 5 seconds apart right now. So here we go. Paraducks hoping for best case scenario right now. I guarantee you won't see no frog strats. Now, what do we got here? And oh boy, Paraducks does not have a hammer. ClassicGamer does not have a hammer. Imagine if that's the right pipe. So they're going to both have to go in reverse. ClassicGamer going from maximum safe percentage with P-Wing and Star. So he'll be able to kind of pass him. He'll be able to pass Paraducks right here on the conveyor belt. Just on using the P-Wing. Again, Paraducks has to keep in mind those very, very valuable things like a P-Wing. This is not the time to be conserving your inventory. Not the time. So it looks like ClassicGamer is going to pass him now because of that P-Wing ability. Oh boy. Oh boy. So we have about the same distance now, just flopped in ClassicGamer's favor now. And we're gonna see where this pipe takes us. It might take us to the final screen. We might end up on a dark screen. Let's see where we end up at. So interesting. So we're going to end up having to play 8-1 and 8-2, but Paraducks does have a cloud left. So Paraducks could have taken the lead here. Let's see where the pipe takes us to. Oh no, not there. So he's going to try the other pipe. So he's got to go back. ClassicGamer does not have a cloud, but he does have the anchor. So he's going to try the pipe that Paraducks has tried. Paraducks is trying the other pipe, and no. So Paraducks going to have to go back. ClassicGamer decided to play a little first, so he'll have an advantage right now. He'll have 2 pipes to try. But the problem is, Paraducks already knows the right pipe is wrong. ClassicGamer does not know that because he didn't try it. He went straight for the port. So let's see what happens here. ClassicGamer is going to go left or right. Let's find out. Paraducks is just go. We ain't got time to wait, bro. You got the free hit. Go! So he's going to break the lock here. Can't blame him for that because that might have been the way to victory. And oh boy, here's finding what happens. ClassicGamer is going to see what happens here. Paraducks is going to try the other one. He knows the same issue that Paraducks just had. So Paraducks is going to go up and left to try that pipe. What is this race going on now? Paraducks, moment of truth. Yes! He gets to the Bowser screen! Oh my goodness! That could have turned out so badly for him if it wasn't the right one. So playing the airship did not matter. Oh my goodness, and Paraducks is playing for his life now to tie this up 1-1. Oh my goodness, Paraducks, this is not the time to fall into tomato soup again. Ragu gets enough product promotion as it is. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so close. Paraducks headed to Bowser now. Does he have that hammer suit? He is hammerless. He might have considered using a P-Wing here again. That could have taken away that potential fall in the lava room. So here we go, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You got to move now. You're playing for your life as Classic Gamer is right behind him, headed to Bowser. This is not the time. Oh boy, Paraducks getting hung up on the clip here. And while he's getting hung up, here comes Classic Gamer. Again, as you see, Classic Gamer using that P-Wing I just mentioned. So he'll be able to fly through this a lot easier. He is literally one room behind. And this is going to come down to Bowser fights. Oh, Paraducks trying to make it more suspenseful for the viewers. Do not fall in the tomato sauce now. First try clip for Classic Gamers. And here we go, you all. Here we go. Classic Gamer about 12 seconds behind. And we just need no doubt. Boy, this is going to be a close one here. And they both are on the Bowser fight. We just don't want to mess up on the Bowser fight. Again, because they have no hammer ability or fire. They have to beat the game as intended. For those who think they're both cheating right now, they're Mario. Bowser's hitbox is only his head. So if you're small like Classic Gamer, you can just stand there, kind of stay in the center so you don't get hit by the fireballs. If you're like Paraducks, you can duck and win your way to tie up the match 1-1. Oh my goodness, what a race that was. Paraducks finishing the race. Good God almighty, man. Boy, I hope y'all paid good money for this race because it sure is worth every one of those 0 cents you paid for. So Paraducks will be our winner. Have mercy, with an official time of 49 minutes and 4 seconds compared to the official time of 49 minutes and 17 seconds for Classic Gamer. Wow, dude, just 13 seconds separating our players from an official standpoint of time, 12-13. And we have tied up this race 1-1. I've got to get me some more Fanta or something. What I tell y'all, I told you to go tweet, go Facebook, go find your long lost friends on collegecrib.net or Friendster or whatever social media platform you may or may not use, and let them know that we have Classic Gamer and Paraducks now going to game 3 to see who is going to move into the semifinals. Good God, man, this is the race today. Alrighty, so if you can actually contain yourselves, game 3 coming up right now. The player's going to take a little breather, flex their fingers, stand up, make sure they don't have any blood clots in their booties or nothing. And again, we're going to do game 3 because we cannot have a tie going in to this, man. Son, 13 seconds. Wow. Not only is that close, but this is probably, if I remember correctly, I think this is like the second closest race of the entire tournament. I think we had one that was like 3 seconds apart. 3 or 4 is really close. Maybe it was actually lower than that. You better break out that live journal. You better go hit your friends on ICQ, Trillion. Whatever, man. I'm trying to tell you. So again, this is best out of 3. You see that little star counter beside the world numbers? Somebody's going to get 2 stars. Person's going to go into the semifinals. The loser will be out. Out. Whew, man. So don't go nowhere, man. We have a 3rd race coming up. Man, these players are definitely providing. This is what is so good, man. Now, just to give you an FYI on these 2 players, we're talking about a quarterfinal match now going to game 3. We have ClassicGamer88 that was undefeated. This is actually Classic Gamer's first loss the entire tournament. and he lost to a player who was 1-2 in the group and won a tiebreaker to get into the brackets. You see what I'm saying here when it comes to a tournament? Even someone that may have won more games, they can falter as well. I'm trying to tell you. And now suddenly they both are playing this game to fight for their lives to see who is going to move over to the semifinals. You just don't get no better action in this stuff, man. So Paraducks can rub it in his face a little bit that he actually beat Classic Gamer for once. You know? Now you know you had ICQ too long if your ICQ number is 1 digit, please. Sitting there ICQing with Jesus. Knuckleheads. So I don't have a table here, okay? I have a high quality IKEA product, okay? We cannot simplify this thing calling it a table. IKEA would be appalled. Dang it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I don't have one of those high quality 1700 DX racer tables that have shock absorbent tables and whatnot. I'm sorry. Maybe when I get big in esports with my League of Legends speedruns, maybe. But we'll see about all that one, man. So let's get ready. Let's get ready for game 3. The tiebreaker is right now. It better be. Talk about leaving on a cliffhanger. If you're ready for game 3, well, guess what? Tune in next time. Oh, like one of those sitcom shows that just leave you hanging for like 12 months to see exactly, oh my God, is Mary going to marry Jack? But oh my God, who's this other person? Yeah, and then the show gets canceled, kind of like Moesha did. They stole Miles at the end of season 6, and they canceled the show. Bruh got just jacked, and we still will not know what happened to him. Poor guy. Boy. Think we'll see any swag arrows this round? Man, arrows? What this, Zelda? We shooting Zeldas? Gotta find that doggone bow in them boots? Like, what? Weird way to pronounce Firefly. Dude. No love, Mo to the E to the it's me. That's not that's a theme song. If I have your baby, son, I'm about to be a medical miracle. I'm about to go bottle up my DNA and sell it for millions. All right, you all. So let's get it going, man. We're going to our and I'm having a blast today. Are you all enjoying this today? I know it's Monday and it's like Monday, but I think this is a pretty hype way to kind of have on the Monday, or some of you all Tuesday mornings now. It's getting kind of late here on the East Coast. But I'm enjoying this race myself personally. I must say, this is probably this might be the hypest race I've commentated in this tournament. So here we go, you all, guys and gals, children of all ages and babies. Here we go, listening to the sounds of game number 3 between Classic Gamer and Paraducks. Winner of this race will move over into the semifinals, where their next competitor will be Duckfist. One of them will move into the finals then. All right. You know that you ever heard Moesha in a SMB3? Mo to the E to the Mo to the E to the. Oh boy. So quippy. Yep. Man, this is pretty good. So again, they're gonna get ready and they're ready to go. And here we go, guys and gals. And one more time, we're gonna start in World 7. And just to make it more fun, we're gonna start in 7-8. Why the heck not, right? Classic Gamer opting to just go. He just went for the other way. Oh boy. Man, I'm trying to tell you, look, Monkey making speed gaming even more wealthy. I'm sure they will thank you for the 100 bits as we go Frog style. I'm sure Frog will be bodied in just a moment here. Poor guy. Come on, how are you gonna be so cruel to the to the Koopa. He did nothing to you. Of course, the Paraducks, the Koopa did something to him, just bodied him. So he's going to have to go back to start here. Again, 7-8, not a stage you want to see at the beginning of the race. Thankfully, all of these Koopas, except for one, randomized away from the fireball shooting ones. Paraducks need to be a little bit careful here. We are not trying to sit here and burn up our lives. Yo, that's not the place to go. You should have used that Koopa shell and killed the other one. And oh my goodness, he gets bodied by that block. Most people don't even realize there's a coin heaven there. But he knows now. We'll save that for the all coin heavens race. Paraducks need to be careful here. Again, down to 2 lives here and losing ground. Even though Classic could be going the incorrect path. For his sake, he better hope he is. Alrighty. So Classic Gamer is learning more about this level. And he has to hit. He just takes the hit this time. Oh boy. The feeling when you get bodied by coin heaven. Ugh. Money kills. There you go. You just learned the Mario 3 life lessons. Man, the quad fireballs there. So Paraducks is done hopping around, literally. Going to body frog the Fred as well. Classic Gamer picking up that hammer. Indeed, this is a different seed. Yep, 3rd seed. Yep. Alright, so Paraducks finally making a little progress here. Classic Gamer just testing out his ability to go up pipes, apparently. So he will soon get his hammer as once he gets through our piranhas here. Now this stage is not randomized as far as location. However, the enemies in there outside of the munchers can randomize to other variants of the piranhas. Classic needing a GPS there. A little lost there. Brad, don't get lost now. Now, mind you all, just to give you an FYI, outside of any races, this is a long time. These guys have been playing the randomizer now for, going on a couple of hours, 2 hours plus. So this is a lot of gaming back to back. They have to they have to kind of forget about what happened in previous races as far as what levels they played, what items they have, and whatnot. Speaking of levels that have been played, this is the first time we've seen this lost stage today in this particular race. One of our 8 lost levels that are available to be played in the randomizer. Boy, only threat there is like if your control doesn't work and you can't swim, then well, rip. They have to. So again, still got to figure out how to get out of World 7. That is still a thing. Paraducks picking up his speed here. Going so fast, can't handle his motion there. So fire is, Classic Gamer having that hammer we just got. So being able to, unfortunately, he's rewarded with an auto scroll that he cannot omit. So we are forced to play this auto scroller because we have no clouds. And play Joey. Don't want to die here though. Dying here would definitely give Paraducks a chance to negate that lead, or that reduce the lead from him dying so much early on. So that hammer is good as gone. So we'll have to see what happens in the next words. Again, both our players on World 1. And now let's see what happens, shan't we? So Paraducks using the pipe there, and he will also eventually get there. Alright, so one up there. Paraducks using the same hammer. So they, again, have an identical inventories. So Paraducks is going to spend the next minute of his life enjoying auto scrollers. Classic Gamer going to have to play both of these stages here. And since no players have any kind of flight ability, we're going to have to play our fort from World 7, first one anyway. More Teddy Ruxpin action. It really is. Yeah, in fact, it was interesting. We were talking about making the finals best of 5, but that might be a little too much rando back to back. We don't want to have to split the finals into a 5-day series. Oh my God, Paraducks. The worst nightmare of any kind of race in randomizer or what is dying on an auto scroller. Not fun for anybody trying to play for time or race purposes. So that will build a leader for Classic Gamers. ClassicGamer88. She takes care of the second Piranha stage in World 7's map. Yeah, even for the grand final. Yes, best of 30. 3. Yeah. So again, only 2 auto scrolls can be played in the randomizer. That is this stage and there. I'm sure Paraducks was kind of clinching a little bit there when he realized he almost did a little repeat action of the death. So shout out to Classic Gamer going with Tanuki strats, going with statue strats. So we got a 4 hit here. Well, I should get the maximum of 5. Paraducks, unfortunately, taking that death. Well, he'll have to spend this. He'll have to be in this level a lot longer than he needs to be. He'll have to go all the way outside to the far area to get a mushroom, and then make his way all the way back to the first room in order to actually clear this level. So, going to spend a lot of time here, unfortunately. For those who actually thought that you couldn't beat this level. Again, this is like the beginning of Mario Maker having to do with 7, 4, and 1. So Classic Gamer going to move on to a second world, having that lead. And we're going to see what happens as we move on to our second world. Let's see. Wow, this is almost like deja vu here. World 6 is World 2. Let's see if we're going to shorten it any. Not today. Well, we do have a hammer. He does have that hammer he literally just got. But he is not going to use it. And probably, again, that hammer would only cut off 2 stages. Some players you'll see use it, some players not. So I may want to save it for a more vital level. Again, knowing that you have World 4's map, which can take half the level off. World 2's map is still in play. And of course, World 8. And World 3 even. So again, a lot of places, because in the randomizer, the tournament settings, hammers do have the ability to break locks on the map, which is not part of vanilla, just something that is an option you can use if you use the randomizer. And for the tournament, it has remained in play the entire time. Alrighty, so Paraducks, again, about 3 minutes behind, ish, two-ish. So again, want to avoid any kind of death now because he does have to play catch up. By the way, now you see him falling there. People don't know Tanuki can kill those fire flames. He could have turned the statue and preserved it. And speaking of preserving, no life preserved for Classic Gamer, Pit of Doom. So that will help Paraducks regain a little ground here. Classic Gamer going to change his mind, and he trades in 8-1 for 5, or should I say 6-5. So again, going to have to spend more time building up power-ups, just like Paraducks did over there on 7-4.